Now children, we have discussed so many things, so many identities, so many concepts. Now we have to keep all the concepts in our mind and we have to solve questions based on these identities and concepts. Okay, so I advise you to watch all the videos at least twice or thrice, then solve questions. Okay, and before we solve question, I'll explain few small questions to you. Okay, few very basic concepts. So the first thing is, if the two numbers are given and question is add both the numbers, and the numbers are 2 and root 2, add these two numbers. Okay, so your answer should be, this is the, you should say, madam, this is the only answer. Okay, we cannot add 2 plus root 2 further, because root 2 is irrational, 2 is rational. And just now in the previous video we have seen that the sum of the addition of a rational and irrational number is irrational. This is non-terminating, non-repeating. So if you add any number, you will definitely get a non-terminating and non-repeating number. So the answer of this question, add 2 and root 2, is this only, 2 plus root 2. That's it. Okay. Second, if two numbers are root 2 and root 2, two numbers are root 2 and root 2. So the sum of root 2 and root 2 is 2 root 2, because root 2 is coming twice. If root 2 comes thrice, then 3 times root 2, 5 times, then 5 times root 2. Okay. Or one more way, root 2 plus root 2. Here root 2 and root 2, we will take root 2 common. So here we are left with 1 plus 1, and 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. Okay, like suppose if we are given 5 root 2 plus root 2. Here if both the numbers are same, then we can write twice of this. But how to solve this one? How to add 5 root 2 and root 2? How to add? So again we will take root 2 common. Okay, so when you take root 2 common, here you will get 5 only, you are left with 5, and here nothing means 1, and 5 plus 1 is 6. So the answer is 6 root 2. Okay, so if the number within the root is same, then we can add directly. 5 root 2 plus 1 root 2 is 6 root 2. 7 root 2 plus 2 root 2, both are root 2 root 2. So 7 plus 2 is 9. So the answer is 9 root 2. But what if the number within the root is different? Suppose if we have 5 root 2 and root 3. How to add these numbers? So your answer should be, madam, this is the only answer. Okay, we cannot further simplify. So if root is same, then it's very simple to add. If root is different, then we cannot add further. So this will be the answer only. Okay, first thing, if root is same, then we can take root common, or we can directly add. Like 9 root 2 plus 11 root 2, root 2 root 2. So 9 plus 11 is 20. So 20 root 2 will be the answer. 40 root 5 plus 3 root 5, root 5 root 5. So we can directly add 43 root 5. But if we have 40 root 5 plus 40 root 3, okay, then we cannot add. But what we can do here, since 40 is common, 40 is same, so we can simply take 40 outside the bracket, and this is the answer only. Okay, so if root is same, we can add directly. If root is different, the number within root is same is if the number within the root is same and the number within the root is different. So these are the way by which we can add or subtract. It's the same thing. Now this is addition. Now how to subtract? Okay, how to subtract this type of numbers? So in subtraction, if you are given subtract subtract root 2 from 2, then this will be the only answer. As we have seen earlier, non-terminating, non-repeating. Okay, So this will be the only answer. Suppose if we have root 2 minus root 2, then of course it will be 0 only. Root 5 minus root 5, 0. Root 7 minus root 7, 0. Okay. What if the root is different? Suppose if we have root 3 minus root 2, then this will be the only answer. This root 3 minus root 2 is not equal. Root 3 minus root 2 is not equal to root 1. Be careful. This is not equal to root 1. Okay. So again, what you have to keep it in your mind, if the number within the root is same, then only we can perform the addition or subtraction. Okay. The next number I am taking 5 root 3 minus 2 root 2. Can we subtract? Say no. No madam, this is the only answer. Okay. Next, 5 root 3 minus 2 root 3. Now see, root 3, same number we have. So what we can do? We can take this root 3 as common. So we are left with 5 and minus 2, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So 3 root 3 will be the answer. If you find in this chapter, if you find any difficulty, or later also if you find any difficulty how to add or subtract this rational irrational number, you just look at these examples. You watch this video again and again and again. Okay, and practice. You make question from your side. Okay. So addition, when this type of numbers are given, right? So yeah. Now multiplication. If I ask you multiply 2 and root 2, say madam this is the only answer. Okay, we cannot further simplify. Multiply root 2 and root 2, say madam it is 2. Because root 2 can be written as root 2 multiplied by root 2 means root 2 square, and square of root is that number only. Root 3 multiplied by root 3, 3. But root 3 multiplied by root 3 multiplied by root 3, 3 times. Then when you multiply this 2, you will get 3 and the remaining root 3. So the answer will be 3 root 3. If we have root 3 4 times, then this root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3, and this root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3, and 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So answer will be 9 only. See, the concept is same. Okay, in all the question the concept is same. If the root is same, then we can. Okay, now what if I say multiply root 5 and root 2? You simply say madam we cannot further simplify, but through this identity root a multiplied by root b, which is root ab, if this is written, this can be written as like this, or if the number is written in this form, then this can also be written, means vice versa we can write it. So root 5 multiplied by root 2 can only be written as root 10. That's all only we can do here. Okay. The next is, if 4 root 5 multiplied by root 5, how to multiply? So we know that root 5 multiplied by root 5 is 5, and this is 4, so 20 will be the answer. Fifth, if 4 root 5 multiplied by 3 root 3, then here the roots are different, but we know the identity, root a multiplied by root b is equals to root ab. So we'll use the identity here, and we'll simply, whatever the number other than this root now, we'll simply multiply. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, and root 5 minus 3, which is 15. So 12 root 15 will be the answer. Okay. So you need to practice a lot, practice and practice and practice only. Now we will see the division, how to divide. If I say divide 2 by root 3, you just say ma'am this is the only answer, or we can also do one thing. We can, generally we don't write root in the denominator, so we can, what else we can do? We can multiply by root 3 and we can also divide by root 3. Okay, this is called rationalizing the denominator, and this is our next topic. We will discuss this. Okay, so now numerator multiply by numerator 2 root 3 and denominator multiply by denominator. Now we don't have root in the denominator, so this is also correct and this is also correct, but generally we don't write root in the denominator, so we just rationalize. Okay, but this is also the correct answer. So first example. Second, if I say divide root 2 by root 2, of course the answer is 1. Third one, root 2 out to divide root 2 by root 3. We cannot divide. This is the only answer, or if you use the identity, you can write like this only. Okay, we cannot further divide. If the answer is like this, if the question is like this, 2 root 5 by root 3, then how to divide? Simply we cannot divide. We can simply write 2 and combined root we will write 5 by 3. Okay. And the last one, if we are given 2 root 3 by 6 root 3, then root 3 divided by root 3, and 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, so 1 by 3 will be the answer. Okay, so now we'll use all the concepts in solving questions from the exercise. Okay, and one more thing you have to keep it in your mind, that root 1 is 1. Okay, root 1 is 1. Now we will solve example questions and exercise questions.